Looks like we're live. Testes, testes, 1, 2, 3. Are we live? It looks like we're live. I think we're live, but I don't hear anything coming out on the stream. I'm watching the stream to see if we can hear ourselves. Looks like we're live. Testes, testes, 1, 2, 3. Sorry about the echo, guys. I just gotta listen out for this real quick. Right. Or sleeps through them. All right. No more background noise. We are live. What is going on, guys? The Rose here, and welcome back to another episode of Less Than Serious. Originally planned to start the show at about 9:30, but my woman is on her way to Canada right now, and taking care of her son while she's going to be away for about a month on her trip. So I had to get the boy to bed, and here we are. So we're live tonight, as you can see. The thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Activision Blizzard deal again. It is finally coming to an end after a year of back and forth and Sony's bitching and people blocking it, and the FTC was getting involved and Europe got involved and so much shit happened. And ultimately, Microsoft finally given the go-ahead to officially acquire Activision Blizzard, also King Games, because they are all pretty much one company. Super Mario Bros. Movie has a new record in its sights. Will this movie become the most earning animated movie of all time? It is number 2 on the box office charts right now. Will it become number 1? Only time will tell. Also, we're going to talk about this random topic here. I just stumbled across looking for things to talk about tonight. And I came across this thing called a cheese race. Apparently it happens in the UK. This is about a nearly 200-year-old race that actually just happened a few days ago. I thought it was interesting, so we're going to check this out and see what it's all about. Maybe Drew is at that race. So we got AJ Raider in the chat. He says, "Have a good show tonight, guys." He's watching NWA, so he'll be on that. Oh, and that's over. If we're still live, come on back. Wrestling, and we have Steve Callan saying, "Hey." So what's up to the first 2 members of the chat? And we're going to start things off, first of all, introducing our newest co-host, our third wheel of the show. We are now a 3-man group every show. Introducing the guy who... Yes. No. Yes, we're a tricycle. We have 3 wheels now. Introducing the man who was on the last show as who I thought was going to be a fill-in for Casey because I couldn't get a hold of him. So he joined the show anyway after Casey finally responded, and we worked out an agreement after the show behind the scenes last week, and he is officially part of the show now. It is, of course, MK Kratos. Oh, they can't hear you. Apparently, they can't hear you. Is It's showing that my it's showing that your audio. No, you guys aren't muted. It shows that your audio is working. I can hear you guys just fine, but apparently you guys aren't coming through. That is weird. Fuck. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if it's to call. I might have to disband the call and restart it. That's weird. Hold on. Say something now. See if it works. That's not. That's not. What the fuck? I didn't change the settings since last week. I did not stream since last stream. So the settings should be working. Let me see something here. Hold on. Alright, talk now. Try it again.
Yo.
Hi?
Can you hear them now? I literally just reset all of the settings and put them back in place. OBS just had an update right before I went live, and that's probably what fucked it up.
You gotta love this shit. I mean, you get something that's like good, and then they'll put out a patch, and it's supposed to be a better version, and then it's just even worse version as it was before.
Alright, if you guys let me know in the chat if we can. Now it's working. Text says it's working now. Alright. Well, anyways, Kratos, if you want to reintroduce yourself again, as I had said, you are now officially part of the show.
I will be toasting myself to a sun-kissed soda. Flavor is watermelon lemonade to the Activision Blizzard deal. Even though, and it's not because I'm black. I actually not like watermelon in real life. I just like the soda.
What do we got in the chat here? Text says it wasn't working, so now it's working. Steve also
Can you say that word on this channel?
What's up, TSS? What's going on, Text, by the way?
Word for black?
I don't even know what it is, so.
I'm not saying the other one, Casey. I'm not stupid.
Text goes, somehow I know Casey fucked up the sound.
Well, I did tell him that I hacked his computer. Like, I don't know how to do work around the computer, but that's the one thing I can do is hack into his shit.
What's going on, EJ? Again, what's going on, Text, TSS? What's up, everybody? Hit that like button and share out the show on Twitter and wherever the fuck else you have accounts. You know, share it on YouTube, share it on Twitter. Let the world know that we're live and we're going to talk about some stupid shit. Anyways, we got Kratos here. We have Casey as Raw. Casey, what's going on? You sound a little sick tonight. Sounds like you just got over a cold or something.
Yeah, just getting over bronchitis. So
it seems like you always get fucking bronchitis.
I do. I always get it. Like, if it starts with a little cough and then, like, it was a whole lot. This version of bronchitis was a lot worse than when I had COVID. So, I felt more sick with bronchitis than COVID. So, but I'm actually doing pretty good right now.
Well, you had a week to get over
this,
it. So.
This sun-kissed watermelon lemonade. So y'all know I'm not.
All right, go ahead. What you drinking?
Oh, didn't you already tell them that?
That is a very green-looking can. I thought it would be like a pinkish red color, to be honest with you.
Well, we can't see it unless he turned his camera on.
No, he did. I saw it.
Okay.
That's what I said. I thought it was going to be a different color. What's going on, Big T?
Oh.
Good evening, gentlemen and chat. What's going on, Big T? Welcome to the chat. So, speaking of watermelons and whatnot, Kratos, I got to ask you, what's it like? How does it feel to be the token black guy on the show?
Hilarious.
I couldn't pass that one up.
Well, I mean, officially from, the higher ups told us we had to hire some other race. So, we can't just have two white guys. So that's why we had to hire Kratos. So it's
Either way, either way, glad to be glad to be here.
Swordswatitis.
oh.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's pretty good. So, again, guys, for the topics tonight, we're going to talk about the Activision Blizzard Xbox saga. It's finally coming to an end, which means after tonight, we don't have to talk about it no more. And the only reason I'm talking about it again tonight, after we just talked about it last time, is because we started covering this on the original LTS a year ago with Drew. So I figured we might as well see it through to the end, which the end is finally in sight, thank God, because this has been going on for at least a year. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is eyeing a new world record to be the most grossing animated movie of all time, sitting at number 2 behind one certain Disney movie, which we will be talking about. And
What's grossing about it? I watched it and I didn't see anything disgusting about it. It's not like there's any nudity, but I am waiting for the nudity version or the porno version of this movie. I mean, I would like to see Princess Peach naked.
Just look up everything Rule 34 related, you perv.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh right now. Like Casey wants to see peaches, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
Not that kind of grossing, Casey.
Cosplay as Princess Peach. It's not that hard.
And we're also going to be talking about a nearly 200-year-old cheese race. I was looking up some topics, to have like at least a third topic for tonight. And after the third topic, we're going to open things up to you guys. If there's anything interesting you guys want us to take a look at, you could DM me a topic link on Twitter. Most of you guys here know I already had to contact me, so send me a link on Twitter to a topic you guys want me to talk about or want us to look at, and we'll take a look at it at the towards the end of the show. There's actually a fourth topic in the wings that we'll probably take a look at. It's actually quite interesting. We'll hold off on that one, but let's put the kibosh on this whole Xbox, Microsoft, and Activision deal because, like I said, this has been going on for a while, and I'm actually kind of tired of talking about it. So let's talk about this and finally put it to rest.
Yeah, I think your camera is frozen on stream, Casey.
Yeah, turn it on and off. See if that fixed it.
Yeah, sometimes this camera freezes, and I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. As we right before you open up that topic, bro, gonna pop open this second cold one of Sunkiss Watermelon Lemonade.
Yeah, Casey's having his own technical difficulties over there, so don't mind him. But Kratos popping over there. There we go. Now it's working. So we got the Activision thing to talk about here. Why is my shit not working? Boom. Okay, there we go. We got it in the end. So we're going to be talking about this. Microsoft finally gets the okay to purchase Activision Blizzard after about a year of this nonsense ongoing. We're going to talk about it. It's I'm just making sure that the article's lined up for you guys. Let's see. Okay, wording. Oh, see, it wasn't. Good thing I checked. Boom! Now you can see it. Gonna take up the whole screen, but fuck it. Alright, you guys still with me? Got awfully quiet over there. Alright. Microsoft is now free to close the Activision Blizzard acquisition as of May 22nd, 2023, of course, with some notable events that will likely prevent it from actually attempting to do so for a while yet. This landmark date for the company's efforts to purchase the Call of Duty maker arrives shortly after Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition was approved from China. This says was approval from China. That's certainly not typed out properly. Prior to Beijing's clearance, the $68.7 billion deal has already been given the nod by Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Serbia, Chile, Japan, South Africa, Ukraine, like Ukraine has enough time to even vote on this shit right now, and the EU, the European Union, among several other countries. And while the proposed consolidation is still being probed by Australia and New Zealand, its biggest remaining regulatory challenge to the developer, one of them originates from the home country where the FTC sued to block Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition in December 2022. Another stateside attempt to block the acquisition materialized in the form of a so-called gamer lawsuit against Microsoft. Following the December filing, the complaint was dismissed by a first instance court back in March, leaving the plaintiffs with a 20-day opening to submit a revised lawsuit, which they did. The complainants, who filed for a preliminary injunction to block the deal afterward, which was denied on May 19th, but prior to that, Microsoft had agreed to not attempt closing the deal before May 22nd in order to provide the court with enough time to rule on the injunction motion. This was the only remaining deferment commitment that the company made. Since that deadline has passed, Microsoft is now able to initiate closing proceedings on the deal for the first time since announcing the acquisition in January 2022. So this has been going on for nearly a year and a half. And we've been following it for damn near the entire time.
I mean, look what's happening with the WWE merging with UFC, with Endeavor. I mean, this is going to take a while before everything is officially done and over with. So, it doesn't shock me this is taking this long. And if you ask me, I don't know why all these countries has to give approval when both companies are American companies. So if anyone had any right to block it, it would have been the American government. Nothing has anything with Europe or Asia or China or the Ukraine. This is American. These are two American companies. So I don't understand why they need to get the nod from all these other companies.
Yeah, it didn't. From all these countries, that didn't make total sense to me either. But yeah, so the deal is finally done. The Xbox is now free to close the deal. Let's see. It says not least because neither the gamer lawsuit nor the pending trial with the FTC resulted in a successful injunction motion against the deal. But although Microsoft could complete the Activision Blizzard acquisition without FTC approval, theoretically at least, the tech giant is still unlikely to attempt doing so. So even though the FTC can't stop them, they're going to let the FTC, I guess, make their decision before Microsoft gives them the middle finger. I mean, if they have the right to do it, why wait for the FTC? The FTC can't stop them, clearly, so why wait? I wouldn't fucking wait.
No.
The main reason for that lies across the pond, where the British Competition and Markets Authority blocked the deal in late April, according to the CMA's preliminary findings. Buying Activision Blizzard would potentially give Microsoft Xbox division too much power in the fledgling cloud gaming space. I don't believe that for a second, but anyways. Instead of committing resources toward indefinitely policing Microsoft's post-acquisition moves in this nascent industry, the regulator decided that rejecting the deal was an easier way to protect competition in the cloud gaming sector. Microsoft is hence unlikely to attempt closing the deal, while the CMA's decision still stands. That's largely because the only feasible way to actually complete the transaction without the CMA's approval would be for Microsoft's gaming division to pull out of the UK, or at the very least stop offering cloud gaming services in the industry. The company has so far given no indication that it's willing to commit such a sacrifice. Why would they? I wouldn't. In order to push the deal over the finish line. Since the CMA's findings are still preliminary, the window for Microsoft to appeal the decision hasn't even opened yet. So they were given the green light to buy it. They can close the deal now if they wanted to. But their Xbox, honestly, Microsoft's being generous and not wanting to make things more difficult, it sounds like. And if everyone else gave them the green light, I can't see the UK being the only thing now to stop them.
Well, Frank from The Harsh Truth is in the chat saying that listening to me explaining why my opinions about why we need all these countries' approval is making his ears bleed. I like to hear his opinion from this side. Like, I think it makes no sense. Like, unless it was like, let's say if it's Microsoft is merging with Sony, at least you have two countries that are like, okay, we gotta work this shit out and make sure everything's going to be good before, they officially merge. But when you have two companies merging, or one's buying another one, and they're both American groups, why do we need all these outside countries' approval? I would say, fuck you, and we're merging.
What's going on to Frank from The Harsh Truth over there? Eventually going to hit that 500 subscriber mark. If you guys don't want animals to die, you'll get them over that hump. Just saying. What's going on to Flame Legend?
I think that's what people don't want to save puppies and cats. Apparently, they want to see them die. So that's why they're not subbing the Frank.
Okay, Tech says Casey thinks the FTC is a chicken fast food place that he hasn't been to yet.
Here's about this whole finalization of the deal. Xbox should basically tell all the naysayers what Maki Ito said at GCW last night.
What?
Which is?
You heard that?
No.
It's a clip I found on Twitter. Hold on. Go ahead.
See, TSS says that Saint is disagreeing with me a little bit. He said,
let's just say they need to pull Microsoft should pull a Maki Ito and just say this to Elden there says. That was my on a at GCW saying "suck my dick."
I think she said that on Twitter once too, not too long ago.
Yeah, she said that to Matt Cardona and I guess Seth Step the lander on at GCW. But either way,
I
I'll be
don't.
right back.
I just this whole thing just needs to come to an end now. I mean, good on Microsoft for not wanting to make this more difficult. Quite honestly, they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to pull out of cloud gaming, especially because PlayStation has cloud gaming. Even though Microsoft, honestly, in my opinion, offers the best version of it. I don't think Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo has cloud gaming too, but like, it's not that great. Like a lot of their ports that they've been putting on the Switch lately are cloud versions of PS4 and Xbox One games, like the Kingdom Hearts games, for instance. Those are cloud versions, and yeah, people don't like Nintendo's cloud-based gaming, the way they're handling it. I think Xbox offers the best version of cloud gaming, so dropping that would be stupid.
Xbox is supposed to be announcing their family plan at their showcase later this month.
Yeah, during Summer Games Fest, which is going to be next week. Start next week.
No matter what, I will be signing up for it for not only me, but my younger brother, who I gave my old Xbox One to. He does not have gold memberships for anything. He runs off of gift cards and all that. So I'm gonna pay for that to make sure he has Game Pass Ultimate.
Depending on the price, I might actually split it with my two brothers, and then we'll each pay a third of it.
Supposedly it's gonna be about $20-$25
a month,
just 10 more than normal.
Okay, so if I split that 3 ways, it's about $8 a month. That's not bad. Better than 15.
Of the market around the world already.
Right.
So they're trying to put a market price on it now.
But I think this is ridiculous now. I mean, all these freaking all these blockades that these freaking companies and shit have been put into Microsoft's way to buy Activision. This is fucking stupid. This has been going on for a year and a half, and now they've got the green light from everybody else. This should be like a majority rules case, and that's what it's sounding like. All these other countries gave them the green light. The UK already investigated it. They got the green light last month when their the UK's competition marketing and whatnot, when they originally blocked it, and then they decided to give them the green light to go ahead and do it. The FTC got involved, and they weren't successful. And whoever these complainants were, which wasn't mentioned in the article, probably Sony.
Sony did try and block them.
I mean, I'm sure there was probably more than just Sony, but I'm sure Sony was like, the main complainant in the US. I just don't
tried to block some third-party games that's been coming to your consoles, and now it's going to be a exclusive to Xbox.
Right, but they're saying it's not going to be. They're not going to make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. They would be stupid to do that. They would lose so much money. Call of Duty would lose so much money if they did that.
Exactly.
Well, it's going to be under Microsoft, so they don't care.
And so is Minecraft, and they didn't keep Minecraft on the Xbox because they knew they'd lose out on a lot of money if they did.
Well, the one thing that I saw as a step in the right direction was actually on Destiny 2, which we all know Bungie is owned by Sony now. They recently added three armor sets for each class to represent 3 of their biggest first-party games that are available. You have to shell out a couple bucks. You have to shell out $20 to get the sets. You get like the Hunter dressed up as Aloy from Horizon. The Warlock is basically the samurai from Sekiro, and the Titan is Kratos from God of War. So, and that's available for all platforms.
So that's pretty cool.
Not PlayStation.
So that's something they can do, or what Xbox can do is they can have exclusive content on their version of the game, but keep it multi-platform, kind of
Exactly.
like you guys remember Soul Calibur 2, how each platform had their own exclusive character. Xbox had Spawn, the GameCube had Link.
And for Mortal Kombat 9 as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Xbox got fucking shafted there, but
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, PlayStation got Kratos as the guest character, and Xbox didn't get an extra character, so they got fucking shafted. I didn't agree with that, but they can they can do their own exclusive content if they want to sell systems. They don't have to. They don't have to gatekeep the games specifically to their platform.
I still think this is the last of Xbox consoles because I think the way they're heading towards is something like Steam is from Valve.
You think they're gonna go? You think they're gonna go all digital?
Yeah, well, yeah. Look what Microsoft is the first company that did that. Remember last generation, they're the first one to have all digital console with the Xbox One SAD. Or I love how its initials is SAD, but it's because it's Xbox One S all digital.
Yeah, Xbox One sad. Interesting.
And but they're heading that direction. Yeah, PS5. Like I said before, PS5 did it the right way, but I mean, it's obviously Microsoft been pushing digital consoles more than anyone has. So I feel they're not even gonna do that anymore. I think they're just gonna be a streaming service soon. Because like Valve, like Steam, like they're gonna have a bunch of games and it's gonna be on it's already on your PC. Maybe they'll have it on your PlayStation, or people have been saying this for years now. There might be that app on the Switch with the Xbox Game Pass on there.
Well, I mean, we already have Game Pass. We already have PC Game Pass. There are Xbox games available on Steam, and you also have the Windows gaming store, which some Xbox games are there as well. So yeah, if they go all digital and they become exclusively PC gaming, then I can see them do that.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's gonna be streaming out. It's gonna be like they're gonna be like the Fire Stick gaming, where but it's gonna be like an app on the PlayStation and on the Nintendo Switch 2 or something like that.
So you're thinking that they're gonna go the way of Sega and allow their games on other platforms. Only they're gonna do it digitally only.
Digitally, and it's gonna be a bigger scale than what Sega did.
Right. That's I mean, it's possible. It certainly is possible. I mean, look how many games that went back and forth with PlayStation and Xbox being exclusive. Like, what was the Dead Rising, right? They had like 4 games. The first one was on, I think, both platforms. The second one, I think, was only on Xbox. The third one, I think, was on all the platforms. Again, which I think was pretty stupid. And I think the fourth one was also on all the platforms. But, so I think PlayStation only missed out on the second one. And then the Street Fighter series, you had Street Fighter 4, the final edition, which was Street Fighter 4 Ultra. That was exclusive to PlayStation. Street Fighter 5 is exclusive to PlayStation. But yet Xbox got 6. Xbox got every version of 4 except for the last one. They missed out on 5. I think the whole exclusive thing, splitting exclusivity with a gaming franchise, a well-known gaming franchise, is really stupid.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Nintendo's guilty of that too. Bayonetta was on 360 and PS3, while 2 and 3 was on Nintendo consoles, and actually one eventually came on the Wii U as well and Switch eventually. So Nintendo's guilty of that as well.
Okay, I apologize if my mic was I had muted my mic because someone was in here. I sent you a link to the showcase, Bros. I don't know if you saw the entire showcase, but I'm saying skip to that timestamp in case you want to react to what I sent you. Okay.
Oh, the PlayStation thing.
Yeah, there's actually a trailer for Destiny 2's Final Shape that really got a lot of people talking and hyped up for next year.
Casey, I think your camera's acting. Is it your camera frozen again?
Uh,
Okay, no, you're moving. You were just being very still, like a statue. So, bottom line is, it sounded like it was over, but it sounds like it's not fucking over. Honestly, I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. I don't see Xbox being blocked now from buying Activision. I think the last time we talk about this is when I say the deal is finally done and it's over. And we won't have to go over it anymore.
I mean, I guarantee you something else is gonna happen.
It better
But
not. It fucking better not.
I mean, well, I'm just saying it might not be the same story, but it's probably going to be related to the. I still think they're going to keep some stuff exclusive to Xbox. So I think
I mean, there's other games that Activision does make that they can have exclusive to Xbox. For instance, they can keep Warcraft on Xbox. They don't, that game doesn't have to be multi-platform. They can keep Warcraft on Xbox. I don't think anyone's gonna care. The main one that everyone's gonna throw a hissy fit about is Call of Duty. If they do with Call of Duty by making it Xbox exclusive, people will have a shit fit. That's why they didn't do it with Minecraft, because at the time Minecraft was very popular. Minecraft still is popular today, but nowhere near what it was like fucking 12 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say even longer, maybe 15.
EJ says, "I got a question. How much is I think she means the Game Pass, and how much is it to get a new game? Get a Game Pass for the Xbox. I need to know so I can get that."
$15 a month each game. $15 a month.
Text goes, "My money's on Atari, sweeping in and buying them all." Oh, God help the gaming industry if that happens.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah, they don't have enough money to even buy one of the three.
If you set it up on EJ, if you set that up on your Xbox, you get your first 2 weeks free. First 14 days are free if you're a new account for Game Pass Ultimate, and then after the 2 weeks are up, you have to pay $15.
And once in a while they will put out a promotion for everybody where they'll give you 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $1.
Something like that.
Which is really good. They actually usually do that around the holiday season. They'll give you they'll usually give you 1 month or 3 months for $1. It's really nice.
Plus, with Game Pass, you can play games you get access to the EA library as well. So if you ever were into Madden NFL, NHL, FIFA, I don't care who's into sports these days anymore.
The Star Wars games.
Exactly.
I believe a lot of the games are on there day one too. So
No. Like the current sports games will not be on. They were only.
I did say some of the games. I didn't say all games.
I'm just saying the current generation, the current year of sports games, they don't become free until the announcement of the next adaptation of the sports game it's for.
And by the time that happens, you don't really care unless you're like, oh, I can play it free now on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. You can play last year's version of like Madden on Game Pass for free.
Well, it's the same game, anyways.
It's the same game every year. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed more for damn.
All it is a new roster and schedule update, pretty much. And they sucker everybody into spending $70 now on that shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, so let's shift our focus now to our next topic.
Online. That's to play on. They play the online version of GTA. If you need that, yeah. But the game itself, you may still have to buy. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass Ultimate right now.
We're gonna talk about Super Mario Bros. Movie, the porno edition.
Just look up full 34, Casey. You don't need to turn everything into a perv joke.
Casey, you're more than welcome to try to find that version of the movie and talk about that on your channel.
Or just look up any cosplayer, any adult cosplayer dressed up as Princess Peach and be done with it.
That or what is they called the?
Funny you should mention that, actually, because I've seen somebody after about 3 days after Tears of the Kingdom came out, dressed up as Zelda and filmed her own homemade porno. So there you go.
If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, does she have this Zelda character sleep with Link and Ganondorf?
No. But she dressed up as Zelda. She dressed up as Zelda in her costume from Tears of the Kingdom, and filmed herself getting her pipes cleaned, if you know what I mean. In the costume.
You're in Tex. You talk about college football games. You're in for a treat next year. That's all I'll say. You're in for a treat next year. They're bringing that series back next year.
Long time coming, because a lot of people really like the NCAA games.
Well, they'll probably do where they only license the team names and
the teams involved. They're trying to get all teams involved in this with the NIL program.
Yeah, but you can't get the players' names because
working on
what?
That was the thing they were working on, was getting the players' names so the players get paid for it.
That's gonna be interesting.
Name, image, likeness. They're trying to get the names of actual players in the game now.
That's gonna cost a lot of money. I'd rather just have generic.
On it for 2.5, almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years when it comes out, July 2024.
If I was them, I would do like generic football player number 1.
Because that'll be a slap in the face on what people are expecting. Because they haven't had a college football video game since NCAA football 14. That was almost 10 years ago now.
Right. Yep. And that game is going for hundreds of dollars now on the internet because it still has one.
I saw eBay pricing for it $350 for Xbox 360.
So let's shift focus now to talking about a nearly 200-year-old race that is made famous in the UK. It's called Rolling Thunder. Contestants chase cheese wheel down a hill in chaotic UK race. Drew was probably at this race.
Well, it's funny you said that. I got the footage somewhere of him running down the hill. I'll have to search for it.
I actually have to make this.
I've heard of a pumpkin tossing competition somewhere where they use a freaking catapult to sling up full-size pumpkins.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't full screen this article, so it's gonna have to look like this. All right, so chasing a cheese wheel down a hill, made famous in the UK. This has been going on for 197 years as of this year. From London, UK, the big cheese of extreme UK sports events is back. Hundreds of spectators gathered Monday to watch dozens of reckless racers chase a 7-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese down a near vertical Cooper's Hill in Gloucester, northwest England. The first racer to finish behind the fast-rolling cheese wheel gets to keep it. The cheese rolling race has been held at Cooper's Hill, about 100 miles west of London, since at least 1826. The rough and tumble event often comes with safety concerns. Few competitors manage to stay on their feet all the way down the 200-yard hill, and this year several had to be helped limping from the course. Canadian contestant Delaney Irving won the women's race despite being briefly knocked unconscious. She says, and I quote, "I just remember hitting my head, but now I have the cheese." Matt Crolla from Manchester, England, won the first of several men's races. He asked how he prepared, and told reporters, "I don't think you can train for it, can you? It's just being an idiot." So there you have it. Chasing after a wheel of cheese.
You have to bite it after you catch it?
No, you win the race, you keep the cheese. That's it. There's one winner, the winner keeps the cheese. Apparently, like I said, this has been going on for 197 years. And this is something that's certainly out there. We need to get Drew to compete in this race one year. You know, he's the cheese man of this community. I demand he competes.
Yeah.
No, Casey. Let's let Casey compete in it. He'll lose about 50 pounds going down a 200-yard hill.
Well, I'll just roll right down to catch it. But I think we should all donate money so we can get Drew flying to England for this.
Next year's race, 2024. Let's get him there.
Yeah, let's get him there. And
how's this for an idea? Let's have him compete in the 200-year edition of it in 3 years.
That could be something.
Really special event.
And then he brings back the Derailed podcast for one night only, and he does it live, running down the hill. Oh man, I thought it was interesting. I'm like, Drew's the cheese man in this community. I just thought it was interesting. I've never heard of it until I just looked up something to talk about tonight, and I came across chasing a fucking wheel of cheese down a hill.
Well, you could have said something to me. I had a couple ideas. I mean, you didn't say jack shit until like, oh, we're ready to go.
Well, you asked me what the topics were, and I did say I was looking for topics. So if you had anything, you could have said something.
This whole thing with the wheel, chasing a 7-pound wheel of cheese down the length of essentially 2 football fields.
Yeah.
Someone was bound to get hurt regardless.
Well, they do say people get injured, so.
Back up unconscious, probably rolled her ass the rest of the way down, not knowing she was unconscious the whole time, and won the race.
I'm just curious how a race like this can go on so long when people get injured every year. How are there... Casey, you're frozen again, I think.
No, he's fine.
Oh, his arm is just really still. I just don't understand how, the UK... there's got to be some kind of sports and safety regulation organization out there.
10 miles outside of London, right?
Now,
on a 200.
How do they, how do they allow a race to go on every year when people get injured. I mean, maybe I'm sure there's got to be some regulations put in place where you have to sign waivers saying that nobody's responsible for what happens to you if you want to do something so stupid.
You can't do this. You're just a giant.
What the hell do they do? He falls over.
And then if you don't win and you get hurt, what's it all for? Nothing. Just to say you did it? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. What do you guys think?
Gloucester cheese, right?
Yeah. Double Gloucester cheese.
Sounds like the type of cheese you would take that would give you a massive stomach ache and give you massive constipation.
Here, I hid my camera real quick. If you look at the thumbnail, that's a picture of what they were chasing. 7 pounds of that.
I'm sure Drew has tasted it before. He probably loves it.
Oh my god.
Hey!
What the hell do they do if the cheese falls over? I don't know. That's
a good point.
That's a good question.
Great point.
What if it falls over?
It's messed up, but it's a great point.
Unless they maybe have the cheese like roll down a track so that it can't fall over, and they just let everyone chase after it.
Or they make it so wide that it's really hard for it to turn over.
So I was looking into it a little bit, and I didn't pull up I didn't pull up anything about the actual race, which I actually could. Yeah, let me pull up the facts actually about this race because I was looking at it before.
I don't see that falling down anytime.
Let's see. Where the fuck is it? I'll pull up the facts on the cheese race, and we'll go over these real quick. As soon as I can find it. Here we go. Chasing cheese. Here we go. Okay, we got it. All right. So what is cheese rolling? Now officially in extreme sport, cheese rolling has competitors heading to Gloucester from all over the world. The Cooper's Hill Cheese Roll is an annual race held at Cooper's Hill near Brockworth, Gloucester. It attracts people from around the globe who come to chase a double Gloucester down a 200-yard long hill. Cheese rolling. This says 18. Okay, that's whatever that is. Okay, why did it start? Some say it was all about claiming grazing rights on the common and land around the Cooper's Hill. Others believe it could have been a fertility ritual. What kind of...
Yeah, I guarantee you it caused you to lose, able to prevent you from reproducing.
7 pounds of cheese is used. Double Gloucester.
Sterility.
Hard cheese.
You're thinking of being
gone. Oh, sorry. The cheese is 7 pounds, as we mentioned. Double Gloucester at the start of the race. Okay, so the cheese is in the middle, and the wheel it rolls on is wood. The cheese can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Contestants run down the hill. The first runner to reach the bottom wins the cheese as the prize. Cooper's Hill in Broxworth is near vertical with a 1:2 gradient slope and is 200 yards long. Chris Anderson is apparently the most famous competitor. Anderson is from the area. First competed in 2004 at the age of 17. Placing second, he won his first race in 2005 and beat the record held by Stephen Guide. He has won an impressive 22 races. That's a lot of cheese. So there you go. So there's some facts on the cheese race. So now that you know a little bit more on the cheese race, what do you guys think? Am I having trouble with YouTube? No.
No.
I just got an error thing that just popped up. It said YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but yet OBS is not showing I'm dropping anything. So,
well, earlier I refreshed my window and it was buffering, but I thought it was just my end.
Text says, "Fuck you, starving people of the world. Instead of feeding you, we're gonna roll this gigantic block of cheese down a hill."
Oh, it's just one item. It's not like they have like a bunch of cheese wheels going down the hill.
These 7-pound blocks.
They do have multiple cheese wheels running down a hill because they do more than one race a year, though, Casey.
Text just confirmed in the chat.
The stream froze for a second. Okay. Yeah, it says it's doing fine now. So like I said, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
I heard about this before. I've seen it on World's Dumbest. They talk about it.
This was on World's Dumbest.
Yeah.
EJ's laughing her ass off.
For the World Criminals episodes.
I miss those World's Dumbest episodes.
Yeah, probably because you can relate, Casey.
Oh, fuck you.
Come on, you set yourself up for that one.
Dude, without you guys knowing, I've been muting every time I'm coughing. I'm having a nasty coughing spell right now.
Is that the click? That's the clicking sound I can hear like every fucking 10 seconds then?
Yeah.
You want to call? You look like you're about to cough up a freaking lung or two.
That's probably why he turned his camera off too.
Exactly. So that's why I'm trying to keep muting before I have a nasty cough spell.
Hopefully, like I said before we started, hopefully doing the show tonight's not gonna fucking fuck you up.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll probably take some NyQuil and go to sleep.
Casey is sleepy.
Yep.
Always.
Alright,
Alright, so let's talk one more time about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, a couple of episodes ago, we talked about this movie. I did a pseudo review of it. We looked at the box office success numbers and everything. Well, we're going to do that, not entirely again, but we're going to talk about it. This movie has been very successful. Nintendo would be really stupid to not make a sequel and shit can it. Because it's been so successful, how do you not make a sequel? Even with the end credit scene that was in the movie with Yoshi hatching out of the egg. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you not make a sequel?
I'm kind of hoping
they're going to make a sequel to the dancing robot doll in Megan. If they're making a sequel to that, Hollywood has time to make a sequel for this.
So I bet they're going to do something as more related to Super Mario World.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking. I still say they should follow the canon. They should have done 1, then 2, then 3, and then cap it with World.
Then again, this whole writer's strike is really messing up with a lot of plans.
Is that still going on?
Yeah.
I know Frank's been talking about it.
Let's just say the writer's strike is getting so bad, Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, left his own creation.
Wow. Oh, that show's going to go to hell in a handbasket soon.
Yeah, because he's the voice actor for 5 of the characters on the show. It's not going to end well. He's the voice of Peter, Stewie, Quagmire, and Brian. Okay, that's 4. Never mind. 4, not 5.
Yeah, but that's still big 4 names right there.
That's pretty much the main cast right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's half the damn cast. He's not. Him leaving is not going to go well.
No, no. And you know, a lot of times
Well, you know
it
who they can
sucks
get
when
to replace him for Peter? They can get the guy that does the Peter Griffin character on YouTube.
Nah. I mean, think about this. Cleveland Brown was the boy that one was originally voiced by a white guy, not a black guy. Cleveland Brown on Family Guy was originally voiced by a white guy. Until people like forced the original actor to step down so an actual black guy could voice Cleveland.
Yeah, that's when
And
everyone that's when everyone started complaining that white people get all the roles.
then the show ended the next season after like fans threw another hissy fit saying it's not genuine enough. It doesn't sound like the original. Who is this guy? Like, y'all asked for this shit.
Yep. That's why I'm so sick and tired of people crying and bitching, and then they get their way and they're just still not happy and they bitch more.
Oh, speaking of which, I got another. There was another topic I don't know if you guys know about with Tom Cruise complaining about the Barbie and Oppenheimer movies getting all the IMAX screens across the country.
Really?
And he wanted these people to give IMAX screens to his Mission Impossible movie, or have Barbie and Oppenheimer move their dates, move their release dates. I'm like, grow up, fucking Tom Cruise, fucking grow up.
Yeah, because his movie won't make a whole ton of money anyways. Like, I think Mission Impossible will make more money than a fucking Barbie movie.
Oh yeah.
Personally, there is one person who has the best four-word sentence for Tom Cruise, and it's Walter from Jeff Dunham. Shut the hell up!
All right, well, let's talk about Super Mario Bros. Movie. The movie continues to climb the all-time box office rankings as the film has overtaken Frozen as the second highest grossing animated film of all time. Nintendo's animated hit saw Chris Pratt voice the iconic Mario as he journeyed to the Mushroom Kingdom to defeat Bowser's conquest of the strange new world. As reported by Collider, despite the Super Mario Bros. Movie releasing on home media streaming devices, the film continued to impress at the box office as it delivers its final few weeks of theatrical release. The film's global box office totaled $1,288,000,000, allowing it to climb to the second place amongst the highest-grossing animated films of all time. The movie surpasses 2013's beloved movie Frozen, of course, Disney, which has a total international gross of $1,284,000,000. And it now sits behind the 2017 sequel of Frozen 2, which grossed $1.45 billion. So, Super Mario Bros. Has a chance to become the most grossing animated film of all time.
And that will really put Illumination back on the map if it does.
Illumination. Are you saying $1.2 billion doesn't do it right there?
I would think just for being second best, right, alone, like what they achieved with this should fucking make them a household name now.
I'm just saying it'll put them back on the map because they put out some pretty bad animation movies over the past couple of times.
Well, they were doing what? They were doing what? The Lego movies and the Minions movies and Despicable Me, right?
Yeah, same guys.
Did they do the Angry Birds movie too?
Just the Minions. That was a little bit too much. And then Despicable Me 3, you give Gru a brother. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Now all of a sudden, he's not only a villain, he goes to become a hero. Then the third movie, he's back to being a villain, and now he has a brother? Come on. You're making it too confusing for your own fans.
So since this movie has a few weeks left in the box office, because this was just written as of 4 days ago, so this was written as of I think Wednesday of last week, so I believe the 31st. So this movie probably has the entire month of June, and then it's going to be over. So do you guys think it's going to break the record, or do you think it's going to fall short?
Well, it's already on the streaming services, so it's not like they're not making money there too right now.
Right.
It's only streaming on Prime Video for Amazon, as far as I know. It's not even on Peacock.
Well, it's not. Well, it's probably on YouTube.
It is on YouTube. Yes, it is on YouTube.
So.
You have to shell out money for it.
Yeah, well, you probably got to buy it on Prime Video too, I would imagine.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, so the box office numbers with its last few weeks coming up, do you think it breaks the record, or do you think it's going to fall short?
Yeah.
It's going to.
Yeah, I guarantee it breaks the record. Hopefully, by the end of the
That's still like.
I mean, they still have 100. What are they at? They still have $167 million just to tie it. So.
Yep.
I don't see it happening. I think
I see it happening. All the people want to shell out their money to see it a second, third, fourth, fifth time. I can see that happen.
I can understand go watch it a second time, but who actually goes watch the movie more than 2 times in the theater?
My nephew's already seen it twice.
But the popular one, you would be surprised.
He actually seen it the first weekend it came out. He's seen it twice in 3 days.
Well, I'm saying, who would do that after? Who would watch it more than twice in the theater, though? I mean, like, I'm not gonna go. Hey, I'm gonna go watch Avengers Endgame for the 3rd time this week.
Some people actually did, though. Believe it or not.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it's stupid.
I think it's gonna fall short. Now, like I said, it's $167 million away. Actually, my math is a little off. It's $157 million away from tying the record.
Here's the question. Here's my question. Would this be box office internationally or domestic?
International, all around the world.
Oh yeah, it'll break it. If it's international, think about it. Let's think about this for 1 second. China has barely sold any pre-sale tickets for the live-action Little Mermaid, just because a black woman's in it. Case in point, Mario is voiced by Chris Pratt in America, a white guy. Sorry to bring race into it, but that's the way the Chinese government thinks. Big name black stars in live action movies are not going to be well received in China.
Tex says the writer's strike is the reason why they're doing retro reviews on Thursdays. Again, shout out to the harsh truth. Big T says it's probably exactly what they will do. Make Mario Bros. Movie a trilogy. Then they will quit. The brothers up until the Smash Bros. Movie. Split the brothers up. AJ says shut up, Cleveland. Big T says question: who holds the top spot? Is it still the Lion King? No. As I said, it was Frozen 2. How much longer will Mario be in theaters? Like I said, it doesn't say. It just says a few more weeks. So I'm guessing the rest of June. He says it's not going to beat it. I don't think it's going to beat it either. I think it's going to fall just a little short. I think it's going to come very close, but I don't think it's going to beat it.
I'm hoping to beat Frozen 2, so I don't have to hear. So in case if it doesn't, I don't hear people start playing "Let It Go" over and over when people start saying like, "Oh, we told you it wasn't going to beat it. Now let it go." Like, fuck off.
Yeah, and then we could play it back to them. We could play the song back to them if it beats it. Like, well, we beat the record. Now you can let it go. I hope it beats the record. Don't get me wrong. I hope it does. I just don't think it will. I think it's going to fall a little bit short. $157 million with billions of people on this planet doesn't sound like a hard number to hit, but Considering the fact that the movie's been in theaters now for just about 2 months already, pretty much everyone who's wanted to see it has already seen it once or twice.
It's only been 2 months?
It's already been 2 months. Yeah, dude. Most movies don't even stay in theaters that long.
Exactly. Most movies stay in theaters for 6 weeks at best.
And if it's terrible and it does terribly, it gets like 3 weeks at the most.
I mean, Avatar, the original Avatar, got like 6 weeks in theaters, and look how much money it made throughout its 6 weeks. Over $2 billion.
And when it's all said and done, the Mario movie's going to get at least 11, 12 weeks. So that's a long run in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Longer than anything else I've seen in theaters.
But yeah.
About that, it's funny. We're talking about this. I'm looking down. YouTube is promoting the movie. You can buy or rent right now.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen it advertised already.
The only thing that really ticked a lot of people off was the fact there was actually a Twitter account that was like putting full-fledged movies on their account for free to watch on Twitter that were still in theaters. But as soon as they put Super Mario Brothers on there, people threw a fit over it.
Yeah, because they want Nintendo to make that money. That's why.
No, Nintendo shut that account down.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Shut down as soon as the Mario Brothers movie was like started to be put on Twitter and shared.
Text says films have a 45-day theatrical run unless extended. So you figure 45 days. 45 days is
still about
6.5 weeks. Yeah, 6.5 weeks. So unless it does really bad and it gets pulled early, which that has happened in the past.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're not gonna like. A lot of times, a lot of these big theaters don't have like 2 or 3 rooms for the biggest, for the new releases, and especially if they're like big ones that is going to make a lot of money. They'll give 2 or 3 rooms.
I guarantee you, the Mario Brothers movie will be out of theaters when Barbie and Oppenheimer come out. It'll be out of theaters by then. Because I heard this report about the Oppenheimer IMAX film. The film piece, the pieces, the weight of the film for the IMAX version is about 200-300 pounds, just to hold and put onto the projector or something like that.
So I'm just looking right now. Box office. That's I should have posted. I'm just looking real quick right now. I want to see what movies all time, whether live action or animated. I want to see.
They were in theaters.
Yeah.
I know Endgame had at least 6 to 8 weeks. I never saw Endgame.
Okay, so I have the list right here. I have the list right here of the highest grossing movies of all time. Is it actually updated? It should be. Let me see if Mario's on here. It should be updated. It is. Yes, it's up here. So actually, as of right now, according to this, it's sitting at, as of June 4th, at 10:33 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which doesn't make sense because that's only an hour ago. So that's the Central Time. It's actually right here. Super Mario Bros. Movie is sitting at 19th place all time. Sitting at 1.3 billion. So it's got currently $145 billion to go.
145 million, you mean?
Yeah, 145 million, right. We'll just go through this list real quick. We'll start from we'll do well. We already know Frozen's behind it, so we'll do the top 20. We got Frozen at 1.284 billion. Super Mario Bros. At 1.3 is in 19th place. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom 1.31 billion. So I think Mario can surpass Jurassic World. Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi is at 1.334 billion. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is at 1.342 million. 15th place is Black Panther, 1.349 million. Avengers Age of Ultron is 14th at 1.405 billion. Frozen 2 is in 13th place. Of course, 1.453 billion. So, Super Mario Bros. Movie has 153, just say roughly $153 million to go to catch up. No, 145.3 million to catch up, roughly around there. Top Gun Maverick in 12th place, 1.493 million. Furious 7 in 11th place, 1.515 million. The Avengers, the first one, 1.52 million. The Lion King, the live action one, 1.683 million. Oh, no, 1.663 million. Jurassic World from 2015, number 8, is at 1.671 billion. Spider-Man No Way Home, which came out in 2021, great movie, 1.921 billion, so that almost hit the 2 billion mark.
Damn.
The first movie to hit the 2 billion mark is in number 6, The Avengers Infinity War, 2.052 billion. The top 5, rounding out the top 5, is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, at 2.07 billion, 2.071 billion. Titanic in 4th place from 1997 at 2.264 billion. Avatar: The Way of the Water, which came out last year, 2.32 billion. Avengers Endgame in 2nd place all time at 2.799 billion. And the number 1 grossing movie of all time from 2009 is Avatar at 2.923 billion, just a little under $3 billion. So there you have it. Now let's for shits and giggles. Now they're only charting the top 200 on this list. Number 200 is The Day After Tomorrow from 2004. That only grossed $552 million. $552.639 million.
That's sad.
200th place.
Personally, I'm shocked to even see that Avatar's in the Avatar and Avatar Way of Water movie are the number 1 and number 3 spots.
Yep.
That's actually shocking.
Avengers has the number 2 and number 6 spot in the top 10. Spider-Man's number 7. Star Wars number 5. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting to look at real quick to kind of extend the topic. So out of the movies I just listed, out of that top 20, there's quite a few more. I would say there's at least 2 or 3 more that the Mario movie can definitely surpass. I don't think it's beating Frozen 2. I think it's going to fall just a little short of that.
If it has the possibility of surpassing Black Panther and The Last Jedi along the way, I'll be happy with that. Because like you said, Force Awakens did over 2 billion.
Right.
That's a steep ass drop from Last Jedi being out in theaters. They lost about 700 million in between those 2 films, if you think about it.
Well, a lot of people also didn't like Episode 8 because of how woke it went. So,
I mean, people weren't expecting that, but all they really cared about is seeing how Carrie Fisher's character as Princess Leia would use the Force, and that was it. That was a lot of people's main reason of wanting to see this movie is Carrie Fisher had died after this movie finished filming.
So yeah, so that's where we
And then
stand.
the original plan was for her to have a pink lightsaber for
Rose, I
like
hate.
Rise of
Oh,
Skywalker.
What's up, Casey?
I'm gonna have to tap out, dude. I'm having massive coughing fits. I didn't want to do this. I mean, I didn't want to tap out, but I'm like, dude, that's why I wasn't really talking much because I'm like coughing up a lung right now.
All right,
So
man. Well, yeah, it's understandable. Hopefully you're feeling better in the next 2 weeks. The next
I should
episode,
definitely by then, yeah.
the next episode of Less Than Serious will be on June 18th, which is also Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. Casey,
But
take care of
yeah,
yourself, okay? Get better, and maybe get tested for anything COVID related, okay?
I already did. It's bronchitis.
Okay.
Because they not only tested me with that, checked the flu. Today was the first day off the antibiotics, and
Sounds like you need to be put back on them.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, dude, I'm having major coughing fits, so I'll have to take off. So you guys have a good day. Sorry,
Okay.
man.
Yep. You have a good one too, Casey.
Well,
See you
Casey, at
guys.
least you made it almost an hour and a half. So,
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
all right, man.
See you.
Casey, you have a good night. Me and Kratos will hold down the fort and finish up
Mm-hmm.
finish up the show. We could do maybe. I do want to do the topic you sent me, the Toy Story one, and if anyone else has anything to look at, maybe we'll do one more and then we'll call it a show. We'll try to at least reach 2 hours tonight.
Yep.
If anyone else wants to come on and take Casey's place, you're welcome to join in. For now, let's. Yeah, so any more thoughts on the possibility of the Super Mario Bros. Movie not only passing Frozen, but surpassing any more of those movies on the all-time box office list?
If it doesn't pass Frozen 2, I'll be happy it passes past Last Jedi.
I think it could do that. That's only
the money it made.
TSS says, hope you feel better, Casey. Big T says, would love to see Endgame be dethroned by anything. That's a steep hill to climb, I'll tell you that right now.
Definitely.
That is a steep hill for any movie to climb.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much to beat the number one movie, you have to pretty much gross $3 billion, or even closer to $3 billion than Avatar already did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think surpassing Last Jedi is definitely possible. You're only talking about a little under $35 million more dollars, so that's a hell of a lot more doable than $145.3 million. So
Yeah.
all right, so let me pull up the one you sent me.
It was from comicbook.com.
We have this freaking. Never mind. I was gonna shout out this comment, but yeah, this is a scam. Somebody quote tweeted me and posted a scam. I'm not gonna acknowledge what it says, but if you see my Twitter and you see what that is, it's a fucking scam. PlayStation Showcase. Now we're not going to talk about the PlayStation thing. I don't want. I try to keep the show gaming light and wrestling light because not too many people are big fans of either. So we'll definitely do this Toy Story one though. I'm certainly interested in this. Pixar layoffs include producer Galvin Sussman, who saved Toy Story 2. And again, if anyone else wants to come on here and take Casey's place, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay. Still with me, Kratos?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. All right. Let me pop this on the screen now. Boop. Alright, we can make this a little smaller. Okay, cool. So again, Pixar layoffs include producer Galvin Sussman, who saved Toy Story 2. This article came out yesterday at 9:13 p.m. So earlier today, keep in mind yesterday, earlier today came word that part of Disney's planned layoffs included a lot of employees at their Pixar animation studio. Reuters brought word that 75 people lost their jobs at the studio, including several executives that had been involved in last summer's box office bomb, Lightyear. This included not only the film's director, Angus MacLane, but also producer Galen Sussman. I pronounced her name wrong before. For Disney fans, the studio laying off Galen Sussman is one that has Disney fans stunned, because without her, then Pixar as we know it may not exist as at all. Let's see. Pixar was quick to get started on Toy Story 2, but the film also got lost to time. The highly anticipated follow-up to the Oscar-nominated movie, which changed the form of feature-length animated films forever, was accidentally deleted from the Pixar servers while animation was ongoing. With less than a year to go before the planned release date, a rogue command on their system caused specific files and later most of the entire film to be deleted in a purge. After banging their heads together to figure out a way to save it, Toy Story 2 technical director Galen Sussman remembered she had a backup copy of the film at home while working on it during maternity leave. The story became such a big moment in Hollywood history and Pixar's own story that they produced a short about it and included it on the DVD release of the sequel. You can watch on the YouTube thing there. Sussman's role at Pixar began even before Toy Story 2, working as a lighting supervisor for the original Toy Story movie. She would go on to do internal work at Pixar before transitioning into a producer role. She worked as an associate producer on Ratatouille and later a producer on Toy Story 4, the many Toy Story animated shorts at the time, and last year's Toy Story spin-off Lightyear. Even before they fired many of the creatives behind the film, Disney and Pixar made it clear they were pivoting away from the failure of Lightyear when they announced Toy Story 5 unceremoniously during an investor phone call. Disney's Bob, I'm going to say Iger. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to say Iger. Or Eager. Was notorious for greenlighting sequels and remakes during his original tenure, so that multiple hit sequels were announced as soon as he was back in the top spot shouldn't have been a surprise. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up. This woman saved this movie. Otherwise, it probably would have never happened. Pixar probably wouldn't cease to exist. And she got fired anyway. She should have had a job for life. For fucking life.
Yeah, look what Big T said in the chat.
He said, I'm boycotting. I'm beyond shocked they got rid of Galen Sussman after what she did for the company. She should have been given that Kevin Dunn position and made the employee for life. Exactly. I didn't even read his comment, and I said she should have had a job for life for doing that. That's fucked up. That is really fucked up. That's not cool at all. I mean, okay, she was part of probably their worst movie of all time. It sounds like.
Yep.
But that shouldn't have cost her job. What she did all those years ago she should have had a job for life. Otherwise, Toy Story would have never continued. They probably wouldn't. They might not have redone all the work on Toy Story 2. They probably would have just said, fuck it. For all we know.
Yep. They would have probably said, screw it, we're shutting down. After that film got lost.
Tech says Marvel and Star Wars films haven't been making money like they were, but that's why Disney's doing this. And that's why Disney's doing this. Doesn't matter, man. I mean, I understand you want to make budget cuts, so you're getting rid of people, but you got rid of somebody who should be a lifer in your company after saving...
For essentially saving your company and making sure that film saw the light of day. And I enjoyed Toy Story 2. I still have Toy Story 1 and 2 on cassette.
Disney Plus is also losing subscribers. I bet it is. I mean, I'm sure...
They've lost 1 million subscribers all because of one actress being fired from The Mandalorian. That was about 2.5 years ago now.
Big T said, since the pandemic started, they started slowly phasing out Pixar. I mean, think of all the big movies that Pixar made, though. They made the Toy Story franchise. They made the Cars franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have a hand in the Frozen movies, too? That were like two in the top 20 all-time highest grossing movies of all time? I mean, how do you get rid of somebody that pretty much single-handedly saved your fucking company? I don't understand it. That's really fucked up. That just goes to show that they don't care about fucking... That just goes to show that even the biggest companies in the world don't care about fucking employee loyalty right there.
And she's had loyalty with them for 25 years. Plus. 25 plus years. And they let her go like that.
Yep, they let her go as if, being the producer of one bad movie pretty much cost her job.
Mm-hmm. And plus, the timing of that movie even being released was bad to begin with. Because it had to compete with Jurassic World and Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That was a bad time to place that movie in the time slot it came out.
Yet again, two of the top 20 grossing movies of all time. Let's refer back to that list real quick. I am interested. I want to see if Toy Story 2 made the top 200 highest grossing list at all. I'm sure it did. Let's see.
If Toy Story 1 got an Oscar nomination, they're on there too.
So let's see. I'm just going to search by Toy Story. Let's fucking spell it right. Spell it right, goddammit. Story. Here we go. Alright, 2 results. Toy Story 1 and 2 are actually not on the list.
Wow. In the top 200?
Right. 3 and 4 are. Toy Story 3 is 39. Toy Story 4 is 38.
Huh. Well, Toy Story 4 had its own, kind of woke period with, Bo Peep becoming kind of a badass when she was never portrayed as a badass in the first 2 films, but the 3rd film she goes missing, and people are causing a stink online with Toy Story 3 having what they call essentially a gas chamber scene with the incinerator and the toys.
If you search up Lightyear does not even come up on the list at all.
Exactly.
So, without Galen Sussman, Toy Story 3 and 4 never happened.
Mm-hmm. And without her, Toy Story 2 doesn't happen either.
Right, and that's why I said without her, 3 and 4 wouldn't have happened, because 2 wouldn't have happened, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance they would have restarted everything, but do you think they would have put they would have put a lot more money and time into restarting the whole fucking project? I don't think so.
Nope. I mean, people were saying, there was this stupid report that during the hype of Toy Story 4, that Tom Hanks pretty much proved himself to be a closet racist. When like people were thinking he said the N word. Oh, the real thing behind that, he didn't know how to play spades, and people thought he was racist because he asked what's spades, which is a card game played by black people. People deemed him a racist because they thought because he didn't know how to play spades. I'm like, fuck out of here. That doesn't deem someone racist.
Big T says, oh, hold on. Tech says the movie business is a what have you done for me lately business, not what did you do 25 years ago. I mean, I can understand that, but again, she was like single-handedly responsible for saving a company which made so many popular movies in her tenure.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the Cars movies, the rest of the Toy Story movies. Toy Story 5 is going to be coming out now without her, apparently.
They're making I don't know if this is true, but I heard they were making a Frozen 3.
Yeah, again, the Frozen movies. Like, she was part of some of the biggest animated movies of all time, and they just let her go over one bad movie.
Now, mind you, it's computer animated movies too, not just cartoon animation. Computer animated.
Big T says, question, do you think that they just going to add Pixar into the Walt Disney Animation Studios and just have it under a new umbrella? I mean, if they're trying to phase Pixar out, they could really just change the name of the company and just make it Disney. It's already a subsidiary of Disney, so
yeah, I can see that happening. But either way, this whole spiel with Disney, with Pixar, and this woman being like let go all because of one film bombing. When Disney was the ones who put the movie in that time slot. Mind you, they put it in a time slot during the time of COVID, when COVID was still around in 2021. But still, you could have changed the date after you found out Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick would have come out 2 to 3 weeks before your film. You could have changed the date literally 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah, you know what they say. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but didn't.
Exactly. If Tom Cruise has enough time for him to complain to other people about like Oppenheimer and Barbie having IMAX versions of their film, he can also have time to ask the producers of the new Mission Impossible to move the damn date to a different time where he can have that in IMAX. But no, he wants it during the month of June when everyone is out and about. Always move it to July, Tom. And always move the damn movie to July. One freaking Mission Impossible movie not releasing in June is not going to kill your career. It'll kill your credibility if you keep complaining, but it's not going to kill your career.
I'm going to make a poll in the chat, and I'm going to ask you guys if Galen Sussman should have been fired. That's what
you already know, Mom.
Oh, yeah. Should. I'm trying to spell my name wrong. Well, I did spell wrong. Okay, there we go. All right, it's a long question, but I asked, should Galen Sussman have been fired over Lightyear bombing despite saving Pixar as a company? I'm going to put yes. It's just going to be a yes or no question. No extra No extra fucking choices here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a yes or no question. I'll let it run until we end the show. You guys have anything you want us to take a look at real quick? We could get another 20 minutes out of the show at the very least. I want to try to at least hit the 2-hour mark, so if there's anything out there. Tech says Tom Cruise doesn't control the scheduling of when the film comes out. All he's doing is complaining, and he knows Oppenheimer is going to kill. Thoughts on that, Kratos?
Damn straight it's gonna kill. I mean, like I said, the IMAX version of the film, it's about 300 pounds heavy, supposedly. Let me check that, because there was a report on that from, of all people, IGN.
We got 4 votes in the chat so far. We got 10 people watching, 11 people watching now. Get your votes in. Tell me what you think. Should she have been fired over the Lightyear movie bombing despite saving Pixar as a company? I don't know why my YouTube chat is not updating. That is interesting.
Yeah, it hasn't updated for me either.
Yeah, it's not updating for me, but OBS chat is working, so that's good enough. I suppose, as long as I can see it working. Oh, wait, there it goes. That movie is going to look incredible in IMAX. That's what Big T said. So again, if you guys have anything, you can DM me. You can DM me here.
Oh, Steve, it's IMAX 70 millimeter. It's going to be an IMAX 70 millimeter film, and it's going to be showing that particular IMAX version of the film in 19 different theaters in the U.S.
Good Lord. Why is this not working now? Here we go. So if you guys have anything, any topics you want us to look at real quick, you could DM me here on Twitter. That's my Twitter page. Yeah, well, anything at all, we'll take a look at it. Let's try to get, another 15 minutes or so out of this show before I do my plugs and get the fuck out of here.
And it's official, and it has an official rating as of 2 days ago. Oppenheimer is officially rated R, making Christopher Nolan's first R-rated film since Insomnia in 2002.
Wow. Oh shit, my fucking my OBS chat just disappeared. And the YouTube one's not updating and my OBS chat just disappeared. What the fuck is going on?
Who knows?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Tech
says there's a lot more to the Disney Sussman story. We've been covering it on Thursdays. It's the reason Bob Iger came back in charge of Disney. Sussman was one of the creative heads let go, not the only one. Well, I mean, yeah, there was 75 people that got the axe. But again, I don't think she should have been one of them. Did I lose you, Kratos? You still there?
I'm just trying to figure out how much this freaking film weighs.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god.
Wait, they brought back Bob Iger, LOL, TSS says, with 5 laughing emojis. Big T says, at Tex, will you be covering John Carpenter's sequel to The Thing?
According to the Collider, the IMAX film for Oppenheimer is about half a marathon long.
Damn.
Like the film.
Is a half a mile in length?
The roll of film for the IMAX version up to 11 miles.
Oh,
and
11 miles.
As much as 600 pounds.
Holy shit. So they're going to need a couple of people to fucking carry that thing in. Like two or...
Remember, it's the 70 millimeter IMAX film, and that's wider than normal IMAX film roll.
They're gonna need like 4 or 5 people to fucking carry that thing.
Agreed, and like I said, 19 different theaters are getting this film in America to show this movie.
So that's fucking. So that's 201. That's 201 miles of IMAX film length and over 3 tons. Actually, it's well over 3 tons.
Exactly.
It's almost 6 tons in weight. If the sequel gets made, I'm sure we will, but I'm very cautious about it even existing. LOL, the prequel that came out in 2011 was garbage. Alright, so Kratos, I guess while we wait for any other topics, I guess final thoughts on anything we covered tonight?
Well, the Activision Blizzard deal, I don't know if you know about this, but Cold War is in a lot of fucking trouble with this newest exploit that's been going on in their game. And it's yet to be commented on by Activision Blizzard. There's been reports that, like, there's a new exploit in Call of Duty Cold War that exposes your IP address and that can cause hackers to not only crash your game and cause a bunch of numerous issues to your console from a distance.
Oh, they need to get their shit together.
That showed what happened to their PlayStation from playing Cold War after they reinstalled it just to see what would happen.
Sounds like someone needs to get their shit together then.
Yeah. And like I said, Activision Blizzard, no comment from anyone, but a lot of people, including Charlie Intel, confirmed this is real. Charlie Intel of the Call of Duty community confirmed this is a real problem.
Casey is raw. Sorry guys, I thought I was over my coughing fits. Hey man, no worries. That's why when I knew you were sick just by how you were sounding, I asked you if you would even be good to do the show tonight, but at least you tried. So
yeah. The thing is a masterpiece. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Ted. The thing is a masterpiece. The original. Just like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the 70s is a masterpiece. Despite people not saying, at that time, saying it isn't. But either way, fun fact about movies. Originally, now you've seen The Exorcist, right, Rose? The original Exorcist.
I don't watch horror movies.
It's not really a horror movie. It's more like a thriller type of movie. But either way,
I'm not really a big movie buff in the first place.
For about 25 years.
Yeah, I'm not really a big movie buff in the first place. Like I've been watching more movies lately, but like anything from like the mid 2000s and older, I more than likely have not seen.
All right, fair. Anyways, this movie was banned in the UK, but then it came to British theaters. Mind you, it's a 70s movie. 70s movie.
Okay.
And it came to theaters in the late 90s. The reason why it even came to theaters that long of a wait was because British people were wondering what was so special about a movie that had people running out of theaters screaming their heads off. That's how scary at the time The Exorcist really was.
I've heard stories that people died filming that movie because of the things they did in that movie.
Producers and film parts and makers of the film, yeah, they died because it was based around an actual exorcism that the author of the book actually based it upon from an exorcism here in St. Louis. It was an actual exorcism in St. Louis that it was based on the book.
Casey, you're not kissing his ass, are you? Because this way, no one will question why you're like the leader of the math club.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you. I see that comment.
I mean, I'll agree though. Having 3 people on a call instead of just 2 of us makes for better conversation.
Mm-hmm. But either way, these movies from the 70s, lots of them have been banned in a lot of countries. The one country that I've seen that actually banned the majority of most of these movies that I've seen that are actually like really good horror films was
Casey says no comment to my question.
and I know I saw this list before. It was actually the whole list had like one thing in common except one film was banned in this one country had 9 of these films on this list from what culture banned from in their country. Still banned. Guess which one was on the list that wasn't banned in this country?
I wouldn't even be able to hazard a guess.
The South Park movie from the 90s.
Oh. And yeah, and that's the one that I think America tried to ban or some shit. And then Matt Stone and Trey Parker reworked it and changed the title of the movie to still get their innuendo in. And then they got it cleared.
But either way, South Park has their own controversies, but they get a lot of things right when it comes to what people say a lot when it comes to real life. Just the fact of, case in point, the royal family and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That's a different can of worms that I'm sure everyone's heard of to death. And I don't want to probably bring that up unless people have seen that clip on Twitter or YouTube by now.
Right.
But either way, it lowered their approval rating in America because of that clip being shared on from South Park.
Big T says
I don't know how that's possible.
Big T says the South Park movie was a classic. I'm actually kind of surprised that they never made more South Park movies. They made
specials, not movies.
Yeah, they made specials that could, like, if you want to put it together, you could consider it a movie, but it's not the same.
Imagination Land. That was a movie. That was a movie in the appearance of a special because it went 4 episodes long.
I'm just kind of surprised they didn't make. I'm just surprised. What are they in, like season 27 now, and they've only made one legitimate movie?
They're close. I think they're on season 27. They're close to 30 seasons and just like less than 30 years old.
That's crazy.
DSS wants to know what's your thoughts on Street Fighter 6.
I haven't even touched it yet. You know what? I was going to talk about this when I did my plugs, when I did my channel plug, but I got it right here. I've been so busy the last few days since I picked this up. I haven't even began to even touch this game. I've been helping, her, pack and get to Canada and shit. But I got the collector's edition right here.
Nice.
And I haven't even opened it yet. I didn't do the unboxing video yet. I didn't obviously play the game yet. I took a picture of it in the trunk of her car once I brought it at a GameStop, and I haven't even been able to post a picture of this box on Twitter yet. And if you guys want to, you guys can at least get a sneak preview of what's in the box because it shows you everything right here on the back of the box in the picture. There you go. You can see it. There you go. There's a bit of a glare, but you can kind of see it.
Oh, I can see it.
I did play the open beta though. That was available 2 weeks before it came out, and the open beta, the online open beta was pretty fun.
The closed beta looked okay, but like the open beta really hit home with people thinking this was Capcom's comeback in gaming.
I mean, if it is, it is. Like I said, I had some fun with the open beta. It had a decent sized roster. Almost the entire roster was playable. The roster has, I think, 19 playable characters total for the full game, and 10 of them were available in the open beta. So,
and there's also the addition of new characters that people got to try out over time as well. I mean, the new characters are actually pretty cool. But the one thing that people were upset about was the fact that someone got fired. One of the producers was fired and essentially leaked the whole roster for Street Fighter 6 after they were fired.
Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks.
Capcom had to play damage control after they fired that guy.
Well, we got 8 votes on the poll with 11 people watching. Get your votes in. We're gonna end the poll in a couple of minutes, as we have hit just under the 2-hour mark. So by the time I get my plugs in, I think we'll hit the 2-hour mark. So, if nothing comes in within the next couple of minutes, yeah. So that was what I just showed you is the Street Fighter 6 Collector's Edition, which I am gonna unbox. Now that she is on her way to Canada, I'm actually going to text her once we get off of here. And she can't fly because of medical reasons. So, she's driving 3,100 miles all by herself.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't worried about her.
I don't blame you. 3,100 miles just driving?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And last she told me it was about. Last she told me it was about 7.5 hours ago. She had just crossed into Ohio. So hoping. I mean, I don't know if she stopped driving by now. So she started driving probably about 13 hours ago. So I don't know if she's
probably sleeping right now. She's probably sleeping right now before she starts driving again.
No, I don't know. I mean, possibly, I don't know, because like she stays up a long time before she goes to sleep. I mean, she could be asleep. Let's see if her Facebook Messenger says she's even on right now.
Does she have insomnia or something to have that happen?
No, it's just her medical issues. Like she's really fucked up medically, which is why I'm here helping take care of her and whatnot. I've been with her for the past 4 months at this house since February, since January 31st, actually, that night. So yeah, I've been here for 4 months, and yeah, so it is what it is. It says she was last active 22 minutes ago, so she's still awake. Probably still driving. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to her, see how she's doing. I don't think she constantly was driving for the last 7.5 hours. I'm sure she stopped to take a break and eat something, maybe take a nap. I don't know.
My brother lives very far away from me, and I drive it. It's about a 200-mile drive for me. I actually got to his place in about, I would say, 4 hours from where I stay to where he stays. Took me about 4 hours to even get there.
Yeah, she's
200 miles.
She's the maid of honor at my cousin's wedding. I wasn't invited, so she didn't want to invite any of her family members, or she couldn't afford to invite all of her family members that she wanted to invite. So she said it wouldn't be fair if one family member got invited and the others didn't, which I could understand that. But I also haven't seen my cousin in like 21 years, so, you know, it would have been nice to, even if I wasn't invited to the wedding, it would have been nice to get to at least go out to Canada and see her. But, yeah, I guess another time. But I'm staying behind to watch her son while she's gone because the kid's only 3 years old and doesn't have a passport. I don't have a passport either anyway, but if I was invited to go to at least go to Canada, I could have gotten my passport. You know, I could have gotten my passport expedited like she actually did. It is what it is, but yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm just hoping she's safe and she's going to have a good time out there for, you know, the couple of weeks that she's going to be out there with my cousin. Because those two are actually best friends, her and my cousin. So, you know, at least while she's out there, I'll have someone looking after her. But it's just the drive there and the drive back that scares me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna say thanks everybody for watching. Casey had to bow out early, but he made the majority of the show, so that's fine. Thanks again to our new addition, our at least going forward permanent new addition to the show, and Kratos here. So he'll be on the show with us every 2 weeks. I do have LTS on Spotify. I did not forget about it. I've just been so busy over the last couple of weeks. I know at the end of the last episode I said I was going to put more episodes up every few days, and I haven't actually gotten around to doing one since then. I haven't even uploaded anything or gone live on my YouTube channel since the last episode of LTS. That's how busy I've been over the last 2 weeks. I've also been I had a bit of a roller coaster of emotions over the last couple of weeks. I actually butted heads with her for a few days last week, so I was upset over that and whatnot.
I actually just butted heads with an old friend of mine just yesterday, but I'm over it. I guess she's over it too, but
yeah, things are all right now between us. I mean,
we butted heads because she asked me for money again.
Gotta love it when you fight over money. Money is the root of all evil, in case you haven't known.
Yeah, I said no. I'm like, no. I said no. And she's hard of hearing, so it also doesn't help that, like, she said she wanted money to buy some stuff for her and her son, to try to guilt trip me into giving her, I'm not joking, $300. And I'm like, I can't. I got to spend $4,000 to still try to fix my fucking BMW. And she expected me to just randomly pull like $300 out of my ass and just hand it to her.
I was just gonna say, like, she asked you for that, like $300 is a small amount. $300 is a good chunk of change.
Exactly.
Shit.
And she pulls this card with me a lot, saying like, I am deaf. You don't get to play with me and think. I'm like, play with you in what way? What do you mean? I told you fucking no.
Yeah, it's not like you were saying, well, maybe I'll think about it or I'll see what I can do. You flat out just said no, so you like weren't getting her hopes up.
And this the same, believe it or not, this is the same girl from December of last year that I mentioned on Casey's show in the chat to you guys one time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's
good times.
And she lost that apartment recently as well, as far as she told me. She lost that apartment.
Clearly, she needs better money management skills. Clearly.
No shit. She owed like what, $2,000 on her freaking apartment payment. She was late on almost $2,000 at the time in December.
Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks for Kratos for joining on the team for this show. I'm gonna get back on track with things. I'm gonna do the Street Fighter 6 unboxing collector's edition. Gonna start streaming it this week. I got other videos in the can that I recorded throughout the last couple of weeks that I just haven't had time to finish editing and uploading. I got Gran Turismo 7 stuff coming out. Mega Man Battle Network stuff coming out. I got more. I'm going to put more stuff, more of the older, less than serious episodes on Spotify. And like I've been saying, once we reach the current episode on Spotify, they will release the very next day in audio form over there after airing right here on YouTube. So the next episode of LTS will be June 18th, which is Father's Day. I will be doing coverage for Summer Games Fest, which begins next week. AJ Raider says, Kratos, hit me up in the DMs, bro. Okay.
I got you, man.
So yeah, I will be covering some Summer Games Fest stuff as well. So Kratos, if you're free, you want to join me for that. Of course, Casey's invited too. Anyone else, anyone's pretty much invited to join our calls if that's something you guys are interested in. But yeah, if you're free, Kratos, you could hop on that with me if you want.
I should be free, even though I'm in the process of getting the background check on this new job, but it's got about a couple more days on the background check, but I should be free by then.
All right.
Got another week left on that background check.
All right. Yeah, check out Derailed Gaming. He used to only go live on Mondays and Fridays. He's since thrown that fucking schedule out the window a while ago. He goes live pretty much whenever the fuck he wants now. So just check him out.
The Kingdom came out.
Yeah, check him out. He recently played Tears of the Kingdom all the way through. Now he's playing Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. So check him out. Check out Derailed Patreon as well for nearly 300 episodes of podcasting material for $1 a month, as well as all the other archived Patreon content that we've all made over the years, like strike sessions and the Saw movie reviews that him and Tex did. A couple of other things that are on there. So check that out. $1 a month is a good value for all the content that you'll have access to. It's going to take you a lot more than a month to watch or listen to it all. So check all that out. Of course, follow me right here on Twitch. Follow me on Rumble as well. That's my backup place. In case anything ever happens to YouTube, I'm trying to grow on Rumble. This way I have a plan B if I ever need one. And of course, subscribe right here to the YouTube channel if you're not already. Greatly appreciate it. Of course, follow me on Twitter for social media, and you'll know when I go live and upload a video. Because I'm always posting there when I upload. And hit the like button on this episode of Less Than Serious to show us you like this kind of podcast. You want to see more. And leave a comment below if you watch this late about the topics we covered. And if you have any topic suggestions, leave them in my DMs on Twitter. But
or you can message me as well. My DMs are usually open.
Right.
For less than serious topics as well.
Yeah, you can message Kratos.
Rose Gaming, you can always reach out to me as well.
Yeah, I tagged him in the LTS live post for tonight, so his Twitter tag is there in my on my channel on my Twitter. So no clue. Those two are talking back and forth. Okay, so let's shout out the people. Well, first let's end this poll. So we had 8 votes. I asked should Galen Sussman have been fired over Lightyear bombing despite saving Pixar as a company. The votes are in. 8 votes, 23 or 25% of you. So 2 of you said yes. 6 of you said no. Of course, I can't vote on my own poll. I said no. Kratos, I don't know if he voted on it.
I voted no.
So he's one of the 8 votes. So if you can count me in as a 9th vote, that is technically less than this, a little less skewed in the yes department. But yeah, I also say no. We actually just got a 9th vote. So now it is 32% saying yes. So now 3 votes say yes. 67% still. 6 of you saying no. So again, with me saying no, it technically would be a 70-30 split.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to end this poll now. It's been up for 30 minutes. Say, really enjoyed the show. Have a good night. Thank you, Big T. Let's
Big T.
Shout out everybody who came in tonight. We had AJ Raider, it's Steve Callan, Tex, Kratos, of course, in the chat, TSS, EJ, Big T, Frank from The Harsh Truth. Go subscribe to him. Great movie review content. Flame Legend, of course. Casey pops in into the chat, and I think we got everybody.
Yep.
So that being said, guys, we're gonna get out of here. For Casey's Raw, who was with us earlier, feel better, bud. Until next time, thank you again, Kratos. My name is The Rose, and until the next episode. Twitter, OBS is crashing on me, so this is a good time to end it anyway. My name is The Rose. For Kratos, for Casey. Until next time, thanks for watching. We'll catch your ass down the road.